我们体会中国人似乎对这个他汀的耐受性会差一些，有很多病人用了之后，刚才 Landsberg 教授也提到肌痛的问题对骨骼肌的影响。
Yeah, you posed very good questions, and I wish I had another extra hour to really delve into them and distill some of the evidence we have. And I think it's really relevant. So let me start with the muscle ache. Um, the problem is there is a lot of bad news in social media, in mainstream media, always emphasizing the harms and the damage that statins do. I'm sure you're very well aware. I think in China, probably social media is just as rampant as it is in Europe. And the problem is we do not have a really reliable biomarker for muscle complaints. You can say, okay, CPK, but CPK is a very insensitive marker. Some people have really severe complaints and their CPK is normal, and vice versa. What I found very convincing was a meta-analysis by the CTT group. And as I heard from them, it took many years to compile this data from all the randomized clinical trials with statins looking at muscle-related symptoms. So not only muscle ache, but muscle stiffness, joint stiffness, the whole spectrum. And based on, I don't know how many 100,000 of patients, they came to the conclusion that yes, there was a slight increase in muscle problems with statins, but it was in the order of 1 to 2%. And the second conclusion they came to is that if you looked at patients the first year they took statins or afterwards, that this difference completely disappeared after 1 year. So there was no difference anymore between the ones in the placebo group and the statin group. One type of trial that tried to more or less distill how we can explain these muscle side effects. It's called the N is 1 study. So what they did is they gave patients two jars with tablets. One was placebo, one was with a statin, and they also had a period where they used nothing. But the patients did not know if they used the statin or if they used the placebo, and they had to use that in a sequence. And what they found is that there was actually not a big difference between the patients that used statins and placebo. But there was definitely less muscle complaints when they didn't use anything. In other words, the patients more or less projected using a tablet on their muscle symptoms. And let's be honest, if you're above 40 or 50, show me one person who doesn't have some muscle or joint problems, even just walking up the stairs or something like this. So that is the challenge. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but it makes it really difficult for patients to explain and to accept it. A large number of the patients that participated in the NS1 trial, after learning how it panned out, they started using statins again and they could tolerate it. So that is one thing. I think the chances of real muscle damage are very, very rare. Statins is by far the most safe drug we have in our whole armamentarium. Its muscle complaints is maybe officially with CPK elevation is like 1 in 10,000. Rhabdomyolysis is 1 in 100,000, 1 in a million.